Hey, Sam.
Hello, sorry, don't mind me.
No, all good. What a debut for Gotham in the regular season. First time with the club at center back starting the season. So tell us just about that, about the start.
I mean, honestly, it's was so exciting being able to get my debut and especially to get a win was awesome. I think I'm just really proud of the team. I think we really fought through a lot through that game and kind of had to grind it out at some moments. And so I'm really just proud of us and so happy to be a part of it. I also think, I mean, it's a really tough place to play and kudos to the Portland fans, but at the same time, I feel like I have played in this stadium so many times. So I don't know, it was new, but at the same time, I was walking out, I was like, okay, I've played here before. So at the same time, almost kind of comforting, like, yep, back in Portland.
Great. So we'll start with Jenna Tonelli from Equalizer Soccer, and then that's followed by Jonathan Tannell from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Jenna.
Hi, Sam. Congrats on your debut and your win and all that. I just wanted to see if you could talk a little bit about playing with Tierna Davidson, what that was like, your partnership with her. Obviously, Maitane is injured right now, so we had seen her in the Challenge Cup, but just what it has been like for you working on that back line, especially with Tierna.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great playing with T. Obviously, she's a fantastic center back and just a great person to pair with. I think her experience and her voice is something that I like love playing next to. I mean, going all the way back to Stanford days, I've loved playing with T. So definitely a sense of comfort there. And again, just playing with her, someone who, communicates and is so good on the ball, makes, it easy on any partner. So I was just glad to be able to get some minutes with her.
Absolutely. And just if you could also just talk about, like you already mentioned a little bit, you obviously have played in Portland many times and some many big games in there. But yeah, just like going back to play in a stadium like Portland and to be able to get a win in an environment like that, like just what is that any kind of like extra special feeling for you, just kind of knowing how hard that can be in that environment?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, any win in this league is huge, period. I think wins on the road even more so. And then, I mean, winning at Portland again, I think their fans do a great job of creating such a difficult environment to play in. And so it's definitely something that I know I think about in a good way when I'm coming to play here, just knowing to have like a little bit of extra mentality, know that I might need to yell a little bit louder to be heard and things like that. So you kind of just always know it's going to be a good match and a good fight and just a really good like environment, a lot of energy coming to play here. So I definitely like mentally prepared and kind of just noted that again in the same way, just having been here a couple times and experienced it, especially on the receiving end as the away team, you just kind of got to prepare a little bit.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Congrats again.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Jonathan Tannell.
Thanks, Krista. Hi, Sam, and
Hello.
congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Um, does this Portland team seem at all different from ones you've played before? Obviously, so many of them are similar, but Jesse Fleming's in there now, and Olivia Moultrie is a year older and an even bigger part of what they do. Was in that regard, was this game different from the ones you played there before?
I mean, I definitely think anytime you bring in new personalities, that is going to change a team and change the way they play a little bit. So, obviously Jesse's like such a great player. And so I think she definitely maybe changed like the look of their midfield again, mentioned Olivia Moultrie having more minutes and being more just comfortable as well. But at the same time, I do think the players who are um, the same as last year, the ones who are the same, bring the same energy and the same, like Morgan Weaver, Sinclair. So I think they did a good job of bringing the same energy and the same Portland mentality that I'm familiar with playing against. Job today was pretty similar, I think, to previous years. But I guess to answer the question, definitely like new players will change like the tone of a team to a certain extent. So there was that, but also I feel like at sometimes just feel like, okay, this is just like another Portland game, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna bring the energy, they're gonna fight. They've got great forwards that I'm gonna have to, contend with. So some new, but at the same time, some things felt familiar.
And when Midge went out, not only because she went out, but at the time that she did, right in first half stoppage time, and how that affects things with how you have to make a substitution at that point in the game. Obviously, you're on the back line. It's sort of at the other end of the field, but did much change for you, and did you sense much change with the team and how it played the rest of the game?
I mean, I think it's a difficult aspect of our jobs anytime someone has to go out, early or leave injured, just because, that's my friend, that's my teammate, I'm worried. But at the same time, we still have a job to do, and you have to kind of turn your focus to that. And I think Yaz did an amazing job coming in, like at a difficult time, as you mentioned, like the first half stoppage time, which is still a good amount of time, like 6 minutes, and just coming in and seeing out the half first and foremost and filling that role, but then obviously doing such an amazing job in the second half too. So I think, it hurts, and it's sad anytime these situations happen, but I think we have a great group, and I knew whoever is going to be coming in would be able to step up and fill that role and do their job. And again, Yaz did great, both in that specific kind of crazy end of the first half and also obviously in the second half as well.
All right. Next up, we'll go to Jenna Tanelli. Jenna?
Yes, one more from me. Thanks so much for your time, Sam. I just wanted to ask how it's been adjusting to playing under Juan Carlos Amaros. I know, Gotham has a very distinct style, lots of high pressing, high line, all that. And just kind of what it's been like for you settling into the organized chaos, as I know he loves to call it.
Yeah, it's definitely been different, and I do mean that like in the best way. I think anytime you change environments and change teams, especially coming from somewhere where I'd been in the same place for 4 years, I knew it was going to be an adjustment. But I think the coaching staff and the team, the players too, everyone's done a really good job of kind of helping me get up to speed and helping us new players kind of merge into this, not necessarily new style, but new for us. And so I think everyone's done a really good job. I think I'm growing for sure as a player. So that happens when you go somewhere new, and yeah, it's a challenge, but for that, that's something I'm excited about. So it's new and different, but in a good way. And I think everyone, the team as a whole and the club as a whole, have done a great job making that transition as seamless as possible. And I would say like even like on and off the field.
All right. And we've got one more from Jonathan Tannenwald. Jonathan.
Thanks, Chris. I did want to ask also about Cassie Miller and what you made of her performance tonight, and getting to know her and what she's done as a fellow newcomer at this club. Thanks.
Oh yeah, Cassie. Well, Cassie obviously, as anyone watching the game saw, was fantastic tonight. And I think she's been doing so well too. I'm so happy for her. And as a center back, I think you have a feeling when there's a goalkeeper behind you where, we're going to do our best to try and minimize the shots, but sometimes some are going to get through, and there's a feeling of just confidence when you have a goalkeeper behind you where, okay, this shot might get through, but turning around, like I have so much confidence in her, and like a presence, I would say. And so I think she has a great presence back there on defense, and I can, hear her voice, and it's so cool. And then obviously she is amazing on offense too, with her distribution, which I think just adds such dimension and variety to our attack as well. Yeah, I've been doing great, and I speak highly enough about her, both as a person and a player.
All right. We appreciate you.